Today we have a case, so let's dive onto it. This is a guy age 45, wife age of 40. They have 3 beautiful children, age 3 to 10. Right now they are living in a 5-room HDB in Clementi with a Japanese car. 3 years ago they finished paying it off already, so that's very good. No more mortgage liability. So right now CPFOA is below 30,000 each, and they have actually managed to hit their full retirement sum with the special account. Now, moving forward, I guess the CPF OA portion will start to build up, which is good because the mortgage is settled. So, our first learning point is buy a house that you can comfortably afford with your OA, and then finish paying off early, and your OA can accumulate. And the problem, probably in terms of retirement, is before the age of 65. After 65, no issues because special account is full, OA would contribute a sizable amount. The bigger issue apparently is we do not have much savings, about 50,000, and combined income right now is 10 to 11,000. Now the thing is they are not able to save any money right now on a monthly basis, and he feels it's not right. And I guess the gut feeling is actually very correct. This whole feeling of not being able to save per month really has this rat race kind of mindset, which means once you stop work, problem comes because you can't pay the bills. You're earning 11,000 in, you're spending 11,000 out. There is no progress. In life, a lot of times we are happy when there's progress. When there's no progress, it really feels trapped. But let's dig on to the equation. They're actually contributing to parents. They believe it's important. I believe so too. You should also. 400 per month is given to parents. Like most couples, they're also sending their children for enrichment classes, sports classes. They also have a helper. They also have a car, just not mentioned Japanese car. And that is standard cost, installment, petrol, maintenance. Installment. Regarding this issue on cars, car loan is always more expensive because it's on a simple interest calculation. Long story short, if can, full pay off the car. Because I've done a tutorial before, I will leave it towards the end of this discussion, is that when you take a car loan, the interest cost is high. Secondly, when you want to pay it off early, there are penalties also. And very often we trade away cars at a certain phase. We most don't use the car for 10 years. That's the reality. And the car installment part, the car loan part is always a big shackle. So if you can fully pay off the car. If you can't, that means you probably can't afford a car comfortably. But he has already bought one. So let's move on. They have house bills, insurance, school fees, standard, groceries, food and beverage if they do not cook. I guess a family of 5, they eat at home quite often. That's why I see for families. Because once you go to a restaurant, it's easily $70 with 5 people on the bill. Credit card bills. As inflation is on the rise, he can't help but wonder if he can retire comfortably. Worried. Inflation is indeed on the rise. If you see in terms of US, they reported 8.6% in terms of inflation right there. That does not equate to what is happening in Singapore. Our Sing dollar is relatively strong. And government has a lot of cushioning when it comes to food prices and stuff. They have done a good job. In Singapore, inflation, of course, we are seeing all the hawker center prices are going up. That is true because the raw material cost is going up. What I'm saying is in terms of subsidies, hawker centers are very cheap still relatively to many countries. If you go to Malaysia, coffee shop, you realize hawker center rental cost when you rent from NEA, not through a direct owner. When you rent from NEA, it's actually pretty low. But that's besides the point. What we want to drill down today is this case study. There's a sandwich generation problem, correct? Don't know whether you're in the same situation, but let's dig on to things. When I look in terms of comments from what forumers say, a lot of people don't say very nice things. I think we don't do that. We support each other. We understand that everybody has different point of views and different constraints. So if you agree on that, smash that like button. Helps in the algorithm. But always leave comments that are positive and constructive. Don't waste time slamming each other. People say they should drop the maid. People say they should drop the kids' enrichment. People say they should drop off the car. I would argue that it's very difficult for their situation because I'm a parent also. If you are, you kind of guess already. What you have brought into the family is very difficult to remove away. Which means if you bring a car into the family, everybody gets used to it. Your kid needs to live to grandma's place without a car. You are afraid of making those changes. So once that change is in, it's very difficult to remove. Parents will understand that. What about for maid? Remove the maid. Who's going to wash your clothes? Mommy? Daddy? Children? Age 3 years old? For parents, they understand the amount of laundry there is. Not that a maid is absolute necessity. I'm saying once that cost is in the equation, it's very hard to remove. Kids enrichment. Any parent would tell you that they want to do the best for children. That is good. That's as it should be. Whether it's excessive or not, we don't even know details, so we can't really critique on that. But parents want to give their kids what they want. In that case, many parents want to get their kids out of the home, because at home they just don't do a lot of things. That's what commonly is seen and heard from other parents. So if they can go for enrichment classes, parents feel that they are developing or actually contributes to getting good grades, and hopefully the kids have a better life. So parents to put on enrichment, not as easy as it seems, because once you have committed, the kids like it already, telling them to stop it, doubly hard. My guess also is they feel that they are actually frugal. This case study, this couple, my gut feeling is if we were to ask them, or if they happen to be watching this video, that they do believe that they are actually frugal. There's not much left to cut off. So the simple solution, or the most obvious solution, is income, correct? Find part-time income? Actually, not so easy, because 3 children, you think about it. For parents, they understand how much time, especially the 3-year-old one, so much time needed to take care of the situation. You won't understand how busy a parent is until you are a parent. What about for squeezing out income from hobbies or being able to flip things? You know, some people I've heard from the market, they actually sell birds. They like birds. They buy the bird, they train the bird, they sell the bird for a higher price. Making money from your hobby. Depends also. Some have affinity, some don't have. And as long as it doesn't look like work, I think those who have that affinity should pursue it a bit more. But more often than not so easy to come by. I understand that. The rounding point is this. Desire. You know, there is no worry not solvable when the person is desperate. The case study over here, age 45 and 40, is still not too late. But I also guess that deep down they are not desperate yet. They worry, but it's not to a pain point that they are looking to take massive actions. What is massive actions? Just now we said, job, finding money from hobbies, these take effort. This takes you to penalize yourself to solve the future problem. Retirement, he's worried about it, but the pain is not now. The pain now is tiredness, taking care of family, working and stuff. It's tired already. But if you understand the worry that comes in when you're 60, you kind of realize you need to put in the goods now. You need to put in the effort now. You need to double down now so that next time you can solve that worry. When it comes to then, you cannot solve it already. Let me share with you a personal story. Back when I saw the YouTube channel blossoming up and I had my second kid coming on board, 2020. All the way to 2021 easily. I slept on average 6 to 6.5 hours. I audited my day quite frequently. I was very fixated on how much effort I can put in, how much I can squeeze out of myself. I was looking ahead all the time. 6 to 6.5 hours of sleep. That means some days are 7 hours, some days are 5. I get on with things. And to put things into perspective, I actually did not need income from the YouTube channel. My advisory work is sufficient already. I can pay off the house and stuff. But again, it's desire. Desire is not right, not wrong. If it's desperate, you realize, again the quote, there's no worry not solvable for someone who's desperate. If you're desperate to solve the future problem, you will work on it now. So there's nothing wrong to being not desperate also. I'm just saying the equation is not easy to solve because the desperation phase is not set in yet. I set up this second YouTube channel, as well as the Josh Chan Show, because I'm solving a future problem. What if the main channel has certain issues? I want to diversify. I'm putting in effort now. You see it? I walk the talk. I put in YouTube to diversify my income stream for my advisory work. I do a second channel to diversify my first channel. Crazy amount of effort, but again, it's desire. I understand that if everybody has a different desire level, how do we solve this thing? Let me give you the answer right now. There is no solution because my gut feeling is the box is fixed. They can't find that desire from anywhere else. There's no big problem. There's no knee-jerk reaction. So most likely than not, there is no solution. So why did I bring up this case study? Quite simply, prevention is better than cure. So if you're listening to this podcast, you are not at this situation, no 3 kids, your expenses are still way below your income, that's good. prevent getting into this situation, because the desire part, we cannot pull it out from thin air. So I'd like to suggest where to look out for and more constructive feedback. The first area is to downsize the car when the time comes. The car, dispose it very difficult, but we know COE prices now are more than $100,000. If can delay spending on car, a smaller size car is still palatable. The car costs a lot of money. On average, even a Japanese size car, it will still cost $1,500 per month, and that money can be actually fueled towards the retirement, the financial freedom pot. So downsize the car or pull back, renew COE, do everything you can to cut a car lot cost all the way down to as bare as possible. The second area to watch out for: investing is not the solution from this problem itself. There is no excess income already. That's mentioned already. Don't go for courses that teach you on investments that can give you a quick fix. Don't go for courses that would spend you more money from that $2,000 that you could have done something with. Instead, if you want to go for courses that can help you become a certified part-time trainer so you can prolong your career, because quite likely early retirement is not in the equation. So prolong the career, you need to find ways. You need to start investing now for the future, correct? The third area to watch out is don't fall for get-rich-quick schemes. Because the worry is there for the future, anything that resembles an easy solution that does not require a tap of desire, hard work, will look like get-rich-quick schemes. Be really comfortable with retiring later. That's my solution to the two of them. Be willing to downsize the house when the kids leave the nest. This Clementi 5-room flat could fetch close to $1 million. Downsizing it frees up your cash, but that problem only is required if you are unable to work until 65. After 65, I guess the CPF life will have paid them sufficiently. So if they need to retire earlier due to health and stuff, the house needs to go. It needs to be cashed out there. So hopefully I've given objective and constructive feedback. Prevention is better than cure. Don't go to such a situation. And then these are three areas to look out for. And as a big rounding point, let me reinforce again. If you want A-level lifestyle, be willing to put in A+ level of work. Don't put A level of work only, because then you see you have nothing excess left. Make sense a bit? Hopefully it does. With that, I'll sign off from this talk show. Smash the like button as always. I'll see you next one. Take care and goodbye.